What is God's favorite shape? Some of y'all are like, what? What kind of question is that? Well, to make a long story short, God's favorite shape is a circle. Let me explain. Because God continues to use the full circle concept. First, He creates man to connect, build, and grow with. But man severs the connection by introducing sin in a place where God can't dwell with sin. Jump to the end. God's whole plan at the end is to destroy and recreate the earth, bring heaven to earth, and then come down here and dwell with man in eternity on the new made earth. Full circle concept. Then everything He created is in cycles. The seasons, winter, summer, spring, and fall. There's a time to mourn, there's a time for peace, there's a time for war, there's a time for love, there's a time for etc. You get the conversation, and then it goes over and over in a cycle again. The cycle of good times and bad times. You always have good times coming, and bad times are always on the horizon, followed by good times. Another cycle. And a cycle is a representation of a circle. And my favorite about this concept is the way that God teaches and the way He wants you to learn information. God wants His people to be well-rounded people. Meaning a lot of God's concepts are applied to more aspects than just one. For example, most people hear be fruitful and multiply and believe that only is referring to having kids. While that is true, it is also referring to be fruitful and multiply your skills. Be fruitful and multiply your wisdom. Be fruitful and multiply your knowledge. Be fruitful and multiply your relationships. And in each one, you get a different perspective of that aspect, which then gives you a well-rounded view of being fruitful and multiplying. And lastly, certainly not least, God is the Alpha and the Omega. If you're not familiar with that means the beginning and the end. And you can only be the beginning and the end if you are in a circle. That's the only thing that where the beginning